Okay, and I am back with Baby Got Scraps, and I have literally scraps on a page. I even have a scrap mixed media background. Isn't that weird? I guess it can't be scrap if, I don't know, I was playing around and didn't really like how that was going, but I kept it because, I don't know, I did. So I have a bunch of green ribbon. I don't know why, probably because of the green in here. I don't know where, well, I do know where. I got the yellow and the gray from these leftover cards right here. So I got What is Life But a Grand Adventure, and then it's got like a gray and a yellow, and so I picked out gray and yellow from my my paper pads that I'm working through. Where did I move them? Right there. From them, and then I have a photo of my husband's truck. This was his favorite truck until I made him get rid of it because it was becoming a money pit. And then I have a photo of a truck. Now this is the kind of random stuff that I love scrapbooking about. Just someone used a truck. I'm pretty sure this was put there on purpose, and they planted a tree in the center of it, and this is how it has grown over the years. So I have that as well, and then I've got some wood grain scraps going on right there. I'm not sure if this one will make it on. I just kind of threw what I thought would work on my page. These are leftover circles from my science experiment page that we did. So I just have a bunch of random circles, have no idea what I'm going to do with those either, or if they're even going to make it on a page. I have this piece left over from my safari page that I did with our elephants. I threw these on there just because I could. No reason. I don't even know where they came from. I think they came from the little packet. I pulled them out while I was doing the safari. I also have all of these random bits, and what they are leftovers from my December workshop that I did over on my private Facebook group. I had just a bunch of leftover pine die cuts from Creative Memories. This really uber old, I mean, it's from Stucco, I don't know. But they're made to look like that gun that punched these in. So super fun. I doubt I'll use all of them on here, but maybe one. I fussy cut out this Outdoor Life from a cut apart card from my Not Just for Boys Kit Club paper. And hang on, I got an itchy eyeball. Sorry. And then I have 3 little stickers that are left over from my One Canoe 2 sticker book. Again, I just threw everything randomly on this wax sheet of paper during my December workshop that I thought that I would use, but these were the leftovers. And so I thought, you know what? I don't want to put them away. So let's see if I can't throw them on a page. I'm not sure yet. This is the background that I created. I was experimenting with my my watercolor crystals again. And if you guys don't know what Brusho does, I just basically put a spray of water down, and then I sprinkle the crystals down, and then I spray a little bit more water. And if you use a washcloth, no, not a washcloth, a paper towel, then you pick up the color. Yeah, and so these really, really dark spots here, those are the crystals not blending in. And then the lighter spots over here is where the color washed out from the water. So anyways, yeah, just experimenting. It was just the little Brusho. They're like concentrated dry powder of watercolors. I don't know how to describe them, but they're super fun. One of the things I don't like about them, like this one here has red flakes in it, is the blues have random purple, the yellows have random red. I don't like that. I don't like how they have those random colors in there, and so on. So this one is not too bad, but it is kind of wonky though. And then from a previous project as well, I had this sticker book still sticking out, and this is a Workshop by Kaiser Craft. I haven't used. a whole lot from this book as of yet. I just make my way through these books, you guys. I flip through and, oh, this works, and I flip through and look, this is from another previous project. Just, you guys. Yeah, I don't put my stuff away. I'm not very good. All right. So, I do have a design already going down my page like so. I'm not really sure if I'm going to shrink this photo and maybe have them go like this. I don't know just yet. They're random photos, and when I do random photos like this, there was nothing significant about this truck except for the fact that stick shifts are very hard to find these days. You have to special order them, and they cost more money than a regular automatic does nowadays. Plus, this is a long bed. It doesn't show it in the photo, but this is not only a mega cab stick shift, but it's also a long bed. This truck was ginormous. It was the largest truck I've ever seen, and I used to own an Excursion, and I thought that thing was a tank. No, this was the tank. And you know, after he's replaced the injectors, and then he had to do the entire undercarriage, and then he had to I mean, it just became a money pit. And one day he calls me from the truck, and we were meeting for lunch, and all I heard was tick, 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 the entire phone call. And I'm like, what is that noise? And he says, it's the truck. And I said, huh, really? So instead of going to lunch, we went to the car dealership, because it's like, no, I'm done. This truck is just going to keep taking our money. And I don't want to do that, especially when we take our trucks everywhere. We take them camping, we take them you know, we take them out to the hills to go fishing. We take them to haul things back and forth to my parents' house or his parents' houses. We just, our truck is our life. And, you know, for one, the stick shift was annoying, because anybody that sat in the middle was stuck with the, I have to shift, move your legs type thing. Even though it didn't bother the driver, it bothered the person in the middle, which wasn't always me. And our children were getting bigger. It worked really well when our littles were little, but now that their legs are longer than mine, it was kind of obnoxious. And so we went to a Chevy, and he was not very happy with that. But Chevy was the only one in town that had a bench seat going all the way across the front of the truck, which is what we need. For all of us to fit in a truck like this, is we need 2 benches, and we fill up the entire truck. And unless my daughter shows up, then she gets to drive by herself because there's no room. So anyways, we had the truck. The other truck just didn't meet his fancy. He hated every little bit of it, but he understood the reasoning behind it and went with it and all that until he ran into another Dodge that he really liked. And so we traded again. So that was a very short-lived truck. Anyways, my point of this, there's nothing significant except for the fact that he was not very happy with me about making him get rid of this truck, but he understood why. I do these types of pages as filler pages. So this might be the end of my album. This might go at the beginning of my album as a title card. This might go stuck in a page where I accidentally did a 2-page layout and then a 1-page layout, and now I need a filler card. So, or a filler layout. And so this is no significance and no spot whatsoever in my layouts, but it will find a way, or not layouts, in my albums, but it will find its way and a home in one of my albums, whether it's the year I took this picture or the year I took this picture. They're just 2 random photos of trucks that I had. Heck, I might even go like this because they're facing each other. Anyways, squirrel. But yeah, it's random, and so I might do the let the adventure begin and it be a title page into one of my albums. Or it might be the ender page. Yep, that's a word. It might be the ending page into my album, or it just might be a random layout that I stick in my album because I had a spot to fill. that's it. That's all that I have to say about that, which was a lot. It's probably the length of the entire video process. I don't know where this is going to go, so I might start and stop and be really choppy at the get-go, because I have no clue where I'm going to go with this. I just started throwing things on top of this piece with these photos that I've had laying around for quite a while. So let's see what I can do. That's my coffee, by the way. I can't drink it hot. I have to wait for it to cool off before I can drink it. And everybody thinks I'm weird that I waste coffee like that, but I drink it eventually. All right, let's see where I can go with this. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is shift things around, because that's what I do. So I'm going to look and see what all, as in paper, do I have? What do I have to play with? And the first thing that my eye goes to is these circles. Now, I have absolutely no idea what I'm going to do with these circles. At first, I thought about like doing a brusho example for you guys, but they're super thin. They would not have held up at all, no matter how much gesso I put on them. So I went to my stamps and I pulled out every gear stamp that I own. Please don't judge. And I decided to find the ones that fit in the circle. I didn't want them too big. I didn't want them too small. Yeah, just like the 3 bears. I wanted them just right. Oh, don't mind the messy head. So here I am showing you basically acrylic stamps or photopolymer stamps. They need to be conditioned before you stamp them. And so I conditioned the first one without actually like showing you guys the difference. And I don't really do a good job of showing you guys the difference either, but I do put this gear on and then I just stamp it right off the bat. And basically what it does is it pixelates. It is very splotchy. And so when you condition it, either I've heard some people, rub a pencil eraser. I've heard some people say, dab it on your pants. I just use my arm. It's already there. And so I just used my arm, made sure that it was conditioned, and then they stamp beautifully. So I always check to make sure that they do stamp really good before stamping on my project on a spare sheet, just like I did, a while ago, but now it's gone. And now I went back to the layout because I wasn't paying attention. Awesome. So I just took this half gear stamp and stamped it off the edge. And now I'm going to take this gear. Yep, that's what it is. This gear cluster, which golly, it did not want to come off of its carrier sheet at all. Holy cow. It was a disaster, you guys. So again, I am conditioning it and I want to stamp it in about 2 or 3 spots. I can't remember. But yeah, I definitely wanted to have more gears. I figured, you know what? It's about a truck and how many times we've had to fix the truck. And so yeah, gears make sense to me. Of course, anytime I can have an excuse to throw a gear on a page, I am all for it. So I decided the green is too not so bright green like what I have in the background. And so I instantly discard the green, decide that I will use it on another layout later. Don't know which one yet, but hey, it'll make it. I promise it'll make it eventually. So now I'm just kind of shifting paper around, seeing where I want what gears. I do have a few that get left behind, and then I start ripping my paper. Now, I don't know why I started doing this. I don't rip my paper, you guys. This is just like a new thing here that I just decided to start doing. And it's crazy, but it's crazy fast. So I definitely, am like, holy cow, I didn't have to pull my trimmer out. I didn't have to guess how wide I wanted these pieces, and they look good. So with this wood grain, which I almost decided I was not going to do, but the little yellow strip needed help. It needed something else. And so I basically cut along the grain where there was like a divot or a knot. And that way my wood grain wasn't just cut straight. It had grooves going around it. So I wanted that kind of like I don't know. I kind of wanted it to match the ripped paper. And so, yeah, I really like how that looks as well. And then I went back to my borders. I'm putting one right down the middle. I don't know why. That's where I wanted to see it. Still deciding whether or not this green is too dark green, and it is. It really is. And then I decided that if I use this Outdoor Life, it's gonna compete with the other kind of title-ish card that I had. So I discarded the card, and I'm like, wait a minute, but I got the yellow and the gray from that card, and I'm still using yellow and gray. Okay, it works. It works. I'm not saying it doesn't, but I pretty much covered up all the yellow in the mixed media. So I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, it still turns out okay. I am going to use a little bit of that border over on a cluster on the right side. It just needed something. And so I thought that I would put it there. Now I'm looking through my sticker book, and I am debating whether or not to add like this terracotta color. I'm just debating, and I'm still debating. So I thought, you know what, I'll go and I'll cut my photo because I know what I want to do there. And while I'm cutting my photo, I'll think about adding the terracotta. Yep, that's what I'll do. I am going to commit to all of my gears because I don't like paper shifting. It drives me nuts when I'm constantly trying to keep things where I placed them. And so I finally just, okay, you know what? Let's just commit. Let's just do it. And so that is what I am doing. I am committing to this layout. This is how I want it. This is how it goes for me. I also feel like, let me know, you guys, if you guys feel the same way, but I'm starting to feel like my layouts are looking the same. Are they looking the same? Kind of, sort of, maybe not really. I'm just going with what feels good. And so if this is like my in thing right now, then I guess that's what I'm doing. I don't know. But yeah, I just kind of felt like they were looking a little alike here lately. So I definitely want to get out of that groove if that is what's going on. And here I struggle with this little border thing. For some reason, and I must have glued it on crooked, my yellow goes way out in left field. Like, what on earth? Why are you doing that? And so basically I decided I'm going to washi tape my wood grain together, and then I am going to makeshift my yellow piece because that center seam, you're not really going to, I'm sorry for my headshots these times. Oh my goodness. That's awful, you guys. I'm sorry. My big old head's in the way all the time. So I checked it again one more time, and I'm thinking, yeah, that's not right. So because you're not going to see the seam, I went ahead and I just made it straight. I don't know what happened. I don't know if I glued the first one on crooked, which is a possibility. But yeah, I just fixed it because you're not going to see the seam. So I'm okay with that. And my pieces are a little bit longer than my 12-inch piece of paper, and so it'll be a-okay. And then I realized at the very end of this video that the entire bottom part of this layout is being cut off throughout the whole. I never push it up. I don't even look up, you guys. I am such in a groove of liking this layout, like everything I laid down. Oop, I like that. Oh, I like that there. Yep, this is looking good. Oh, yeah. Let's put that right there. Uh-huh. Yep. Oh, I decided on the terracotta. I'm going to do that. Yep. And I mean, bam, stick and plunk. That's exactly what Adele says all the time. And this, it's like I didn't even hum and haw over any of it. It was, that's awesome. Yep, that looks good too. Yep. And I went for it. I just did it. And so this little square that I'm putting on right now, I debated about putting that on as well because it says it's a guy thing. And, it's not a guy thing, but what I'm talking about with the truck is a guy thing. Yeah. Girls will be all like, I get a new car? Sure, I'll take one. Not whine and cry because I get a new truck and then first chance I get rid of it for a used truck. You're such a turd. Anyways, so this large gear terracotta set, I just cut up.
I cut it up into 3 sections because I felt like if I used it on, like one on one side of the strip, one on the other, it would look a little too forced. So I do like how I have it, main cluster over on the main cluster side of the gears. And then I have another one way up at the top. So I think it comes together really, really nicely. Now I'm adding this neon green little, I don't know what they're called, you guys, but it's a word sticker, but it's one of those plasticky word stickers where, like the letters are indented upwards. Yeah. I used to love those toys, but, anyways, or label makers, I guess is what they were. Anyways, so because I've added that bright neon green, I have to reach into my enamel dots, and I knew I had some neon green enamel dots, and I absolutely love the effect that they put in, because now it looks like I actually took that brusho and sprinkled it and got this little effect. And so I really, really like it. I do wish that I would have actually pulled out like a Heidi Shine or something and actually Heidi Swap Color Shine and actually sprinkled it all over the page, but I did not. I enjoy how this looks. Yeah, I just really like it. I am so sorry that the bottom half was cut out the entire time, but here we are. Baby got scraps, and I am absolutely loving it. Please be sure to check out everyone else. Their links are below, and I will check you guys tomorrow. Bye.